It's summertime and living is easy.
Morning, you guys. Well, obviously the main reason why we love our job is because we get to do this. I had to get in, I couldn't kick it. Oh yeah. Have fun.
Will do.
Be safe.
Thank you, darling.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Ice breaks, it's like giants behind me. Whispers in the steps and lies on their back. Yeah! Walking through my forest, cutting down the trees, hoping that this time no one will see. Holding in my breath, praying on my knees, trying to make a fire so my soul don't freeze. Hoping for a sign, waiting for a savior that'll say,
The job part of what we do though isn't really the sailing. That's the fun part. We don't really consider night shift, maintenance on the boat and the navigating of actually sailing to be the work part of it. The work for us is the grinding hours spent on a laptop editing. We should put some water in that. Sourcing music from underground artists in Australia, which we're very proud of, and all of that stuff that we do on a laptop.
Filming, editing and sourcing music is a large part of the actual work that we do that you might already know about. There are also plenty of other things that we consider our job that go on in the background, and other bonuses that come with what we do that we really enjoy. These things we're about to share with you now, you don't see or hear much about in the videos, and I thought it was about time that you did. We were feeling pretty grateful for our jobs today, and therefore this video was made out of inspiration, so I hope you like it. It's good that we're our own boss. We get to pick and choose the hours that we work. And we also get to pick the places that we work too. Sometimes I take the laptop and go into town and find a cafe to work at for the day. But most of the time I just lounge around here in the saloon and eat peanut butter sandwiches all day. Seriously.
Now there are some really obvious things about our jobs that you guys would already know, like the fact that we get to travel. What I've been trying to think of is things that you might not know about, like the fact that we get to be creative. Have you ever been like driving along on a long trip somewhere and thought, I could make it, and you've had an idea and you've just thought, I could make a movie out of that, or they should make a movie out of this? Well, very occasionally Elayna and I actually get to do that, and it's cool. We spend hours trying to think of different sort of ideas or skits or whatever to make our movies a little bit better for you guys. Here it is, Elayna, the flux capacitor.
I thought the flux capacitor was for time travel.
Not this flux capacitor, Elayna. Not this one.
Another reason why I love my job is because there is no official uniform here on the Vagabond. I get to kick around in sarongs 90% of the year, and I'm pretty sure that's like every girl's dream.
Oh, I feel the breeze like a hand to the shoulder, my dear.
Bikinis and sarongs, we just live in them. Well, I do. Riley wears shorts that are always ripped, if you haven't noticed.
You get a hole in your pants, that's like 2 seconds from ripping completely through, and you're gonna be wearing a skirt.
No shoes either, which is also great.
The number of things that you can make a movie about is just endless. We generally sail, and there's generally Elayna and I on board interacting in some sort of way. But the fact that we can concentrate our energies onto something that we're passionate about at the moment is a really unexpected benefit of this job. I really would never have guessed that would have been so good. So it's allowed us to make videos such as the plastics video that we did, and also the Barbuda one, which are ones that we're quite proud of.
10 days after the hurricane, what was it like?
Another thing that I predict I'm going to love a lot about my job is that we are essentially stay-at-home parents. We're going to be parents soon, and we work from home. We're going to get to spend a lot of time with the little dude, and we're really grateful for that because we know that a lot of people have to leave their kids at a certain age and go back to work. Yeah, we edit here on the boat, and we'll also be raising a kid here on the boat, so it's going to be interesting.
With me and I'm not on my
this video is brought to us today by Audible. Quite a while ago I wrote in, I think it was on my Instagram, and I was asking people what they think that one of the better books or recommendations they could give for parenting or fatherhood, and a lot of people wrote in with sort of the standard responses that you'd expect, except for one guy who said, what about The Road by Cormac McCarthy? I'd actually made my way through that on Audible in the past. It's one of my favourite books of all time. If you haven't read it, I absolutely recommend it to you. And so the bit about fatherhood that I really liked was, without giving away too many spoilers, there are cannibals and they're completely surrounded. There's a dad and his kid. You would imagine in that situation that some fairly heavy-handed parenting would be in order. And just the way he delivers the message to his kid without sort of yelling or going over the top. And I realised it was a book and he had time to craft the sentences and all that sort of stuff, but it could just be applicable to normal situations in my life, and I was just thinking, like, that is definitely the way to communicate to people, especially probably kids, in a way that gets your message across nicely and succinctly and leaves people more of a chance of actually following the directions rather than just going like, yeah, whatever, dad, or however, yeah, exactly, rebelling against you.
Quiet, boy. There's zombies around. They're supposed to be cannibals. Not zombies.
They look like zombies to me.
No, they've got to be cannibals. We're doing The Road. The Road by Cormac McCarthy. They're cannibals.
Hang on, is this The Walking Dead?
You guys can get your first audiobook for free when you try Audible for 30 days, and you don't have to get that audiobook, you can get any audiobook that you like. Might I suggest browsing through the Audible originals?
No, you need to do it more like, more posh, like, might I suggest browsing through the Audible originals?
Might I suggest? These are exclusive audio titles created by storytellers from worlds as diverse as journalism, theatre, literature and more. We really hope that, like us, you guys can use this tool to learn something new this year. So feel free to visit audible.com/SLV, or alternatively, if you're in the US, you can text SLV to 500 500. That's audible.com/SLV, and alternatively, text SLV to 500 500. Alright, that's it. Thank you. A huge bonus about our job is that because our show, a lot of it is Riley and I interacting with each other. We've had to focus on our relationship over the years just to keep each other happy, because if we're not happy, the show can't go on, and it's definitely not pleasurable for us or for you guys to watch. Yeah, that was a bonus. We get to focus on keeping each other happy and making sure our relationship is stable and all is well in the world.
Murdering, filthy,
Well, I didn't know.
bad person from
I
the
didn't
movie.
know that was the dude's name. Not everyone in the world's seen the movie Saw.
But it sounded like you were suggesting that he'd done it on... In fact, you did say maybe he did it on purpose.
I'm just saying it's a possibility, yeah.
But then you said... you didn't
What we
know.
need to narrow this down...
Being able to condense our experience down into this little video that we can hand over so that you guys get a small example of what it was like for us at that period of time.
It's pretty special.
Before video, people were writing. Before writing, I guess we were telling stories. So
Around a campfire.
Neanderthals.
Yeah.
So that want to share your experience or tell your story, I guess, is as old as humanity itself. Elayna. I'm just glad that we live in an era where we can film it and be able to convey that a little bit better.
I love that we're forced to learn the history of each place that we visit to give you guys perspective as to where we are. So I love packing my backpack in the morning and exploring a town I barely know how to pronounce the name of half the time, and at the end of the day I'm just overwhelmed with the amount of information I've gained. And I think that's really cool that is my job. Oh my gosh, the boys stopped off at the worst place ever to get a pasta. And this is where it's at. This is the old town. It's so amazing. Oh, cool. I didn't realize you could actually go in it. That's scary. Really? 360 view. Riley's a history nerd, but I think this is beautiful.
Fort Barrington.
Apparently this fort has seen more action.
The tough times that we go through, and everyone has them, we get to share them with you guys, and that is somehow, it's cathartic. It can really take the edge off, and it can sometimes completely change our attitude towards a particular event and make it fun or even worth it. Just knowing that you guys are going to be watching and being in that moment with me.
There is going to be this big wild northerly come.
This is the time we almost made it to Isla de Cabrera.
We could potentially, you know, wind up on the rocks.
I absolutely hated that.
Thanks for watching, everyone. There are a few things that we really like about our jobs. Now, I was going to ask you guys what you like about your jobs, but better still, for me, trawling through the comments, will be some funny stories about reasons why you hate your job or bad times you've had at work or whatever. Any funny stories would be good for me to flick through. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and if you're new here, subscribe. Sail the seas. Quiet, boy. There's zombies around.
That's pathetic. You gotta cover my mouth properly.
That's
Grab my mouth.
no, but that's part of the joke. Is I'm not really. I'm just going like shh.
Oh, okay.
And then going like this.
Alright. Let's do it again. They're supposed to be cannibals.